Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our Patreons over at patreon.com/fsfilms, particularly our $25 tier supporters, uh, Jerry and Alexander, Catwater Flame, and L, without whom we will do nearly as much as what we do now. So thank you all very much for your support. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get on with it. If you're watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Ryan's not in my interest house. Is he only hot to straight people? Has anybody talked
No,
about this issue?
100 fucking percent no.
And yes, we are live. And also, yes, Ryan Reynolds is not only hot to straight people.
Kind of weird ass.
Look,
That
I
feels
just
like a
report the
hate
news.
crime to say that.
I just report the news, guys. It's not a big deal.
I do not define the rules of this world. I simply live in it.
That is a hate crime. Anyways, that's a homophobic
Hello,
statement
everyone.
right there.
And welcome back to Wrath and Glory Under the Steel Sky. This Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory campaign run by yours truly. I am William and or Shani, and I am your storyteller. Joining me today, we have Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Remy Mara, who is, as usual, not having a good day.
For various reasons.
But does he ever?
No, he doesn't.
He had a good day once, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes.
Because you need one, so you realize what you don't have.
Right.
And
you have to have one for the sense of loss.
Right.
I have no way to finish out this George Carlin reference.
Fair enough. My objective this week is to explain how a common object has an alternative use, probably as a weapon.
Very nice. Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Laurel Fire, the Eldari Ranger. And my objective this week is... Oh, hey, the first time I got a 6. Apply your superior intellect and sensitivity to prophecy to carry out a perfect plan.
That will never happen.
Go!
Not in this group.
No. Rails? What are rails?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a perfect plan for the group. It can be a perfect plan for yourself.
That implies that one of the rest of the group won't find a way to fuck it up.
And Sen.
Here this week.
I'm Sen. I'm playing Ceres Artinos, Inquisitorial Interrogator. And mine is the same thing it was the last time I played, which has been a couple weeks. Postulate on the weakness of the mutant, the alien, or the renegade.
And Jack.
Hey, everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Aristarchus Dactyl, who is a tech adept of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and not particularly himself a flag hag.
You know what
his objective is to give praise to the Omnissiah for some small miracle.
I'll say the saddest part of this whole setting is that Ceres is 22.
Nah.
Yep.
Like,
How is of all the things going on right now, that the saddest part?
think about what she does, what her job is, and where she's at right now.
I mean, yes, the amount of things that Ceres is doing would, in like any other setting, be someone who is like late 40s and really sick and tired of this shit.
Listen, there are a lot of armies that had youth programs. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yep.
And Holly.
Hey, I'm Holly. I'm playing Blair Hart, Ganger Scum. And my objective, once I find it, is recount a desperate act of survival you once made.
And tonight we will not be joined by Mara. She will hopefully be back next time. But as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich, and this stream is powered by Sirenscape.
And in honor of the Iron Sheik, fuck the Hulk Hogan.
No, don't. That's the problem.
So, when last we left off, the group had found a way to spend an entire episode without me having to do a goddamn thing.
I think it's called extracurricular activities.
How many?
I need to remember which.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, OBS
dinosaur
crashed,
story.
so we're gonna find out what's happening there maybe later. We'll see what happens. How many more times it crashes today?
Dope.
Excellent.
But the group returned from below and made their way up, splitting off from their space marine co-worker's not the right term, compatriot
Colleague?
isn't either,
Ally?
colleague, yeah. Ally when she realized that Tina was just spending time racing her as long as she was anywhere nearby on her assault bike. After which, upon suggestion of there might be fights at a nearby bar, Tina decided to take the very direct approach and ram the vehicle that she had acquired through the wall of one of said bars. When a vehicle crashes through a wall that a bunch of downhive gangers are in, they typically assume they're under attack and draw weapons, which they did, and were subsequently cleaned out in rapid fashion by the party that was inside the vehicle. After which, Blair, in a justified fit of homicidal rage at nearly being killed by crashing through a wall, attacks Tina, laying her low with a single blow of the plasma axe that she's been given. And from there, things start to split in several directions as the group sort of diverges a bit, has a bit of conversation, tries to figure out what they're doing. Meanwhile, Remy is having a day, having dropped off the proof of job completion at the dead drop, only to collapse after experiencing a massive rush of visions. They came to with a splitting headache, and went to go have a conversation and rejoin the group, and spoke with Aristarchus about potential reasons about the status of what was going on and how they're waiting for about a day to hear back from Mortis Veritas. And then sort of split off to head back to their place to contemplate for a bit. I think is where everyone left off, if I recall correctly.
That sounds more or less right.
I was going to say, I think there was maybe a statement towards that, but I feel like we're all still technically all in the same place in front of the bar. But the report was that, hey, maybe we should all just go rest and wait for things to get reported back on.
All right. So, So we pick up with Saris. Saris, in a very quick rush of everything happening at once, Tina crashed the vehicle through the wall of a bar that had been pointed out, seeking a fight, and everything went white for a minute as you got in just the right position to be rendered unconscious by the impact, although not too much serious harm was done to you afterward. You found yourself coming to with Laurel sort of looking down at you, and having been pulled a distance away from the vehicle, which is still, I think, only just been pushed out of the wall and put somewhere like in front of the bar.
I'm sorry for this, but because of the way it was described, what's your defense, Laurel?
Oh boy. No worries. No worries whatsoever.
Great way to start the session.
I have a defensive 3.
I was woken up to an Eldar, and I am again, 22-year-old conditioned soldier of the Empire. All right. Well, you said it was 3?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to roll? Does the API need to be refreshed?
Hang on.
Usually, when that question is asked, the answer is yes. So,
Generally.
Yeah, but we've been having other technical issues, so maybe my computer's just fucked. But no, it looks like
Yep,
it's
API
being
needs to be
reset, yeah.
refreshed.
Oh, hold on.
It's amazing how this happens to, I think, every character sheet that has this kind of API, except the World of Darkness sheets, usually.
Well, that's because the World of Darkness sheets don't actually have this API. This is the custom dice modifications of the things that are causing this. World of Darkness doesn't use custom dice modification. It uses very simple code. That doesn't
Yeah, because
require
it
an
happens
API.
to this game, and it happens to the
Star Wars.
to Fantasy Flight games as well.
Yeah, because Fantasy Flight games use unique dice, and basically any game that uses that uses unique dice has to have
Yeah.
API modification done.
Yep.
And
Legit.
because of the Wrath die.
Where the fuck is my? There's the add-ons. There we go. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
API. It's gonna be in settings.
As I have just like completely lost track of where to find things.
Well, I think I can. I think I can adjust it by tagging use inline dice while we wait for the API to fix.
Yeah, were you able to
So-
find it there, Shawnee?
My brain is not working like it normally is right now.
So,
I don't know.
so open up the game page. There's the settings drop down on the in the first section. There's
shit.
the settings drop down menu, and you'll pick mod API scripts underneath that.
Yeah, that's not there. That's what I thought I was looking for, and it's not there.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's okay. At the top of your character sheet, you can just tag use inline dice to change that to use the inline dice instead of using the API. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes on a crush test on Laurel.
Right.
I only needed 3, so I can shift 2 of those. Which I think, Sarah's being who she is, her instinctive thing would shift those to up the DN of the strength or willpower test needed to not be restrained. So I need you, Laurel, to make a DN 7 strength or willpower test. Also, You take 11 damage.
So okay, just straight strength or willpower.
Yeah, either strength or willpower.
Cool. I got 3 dice. All right, I have to do the thing.
You got 2 successes. And it's off the right side. So you are lifted into the air and restrained and are being crushed for a split set, for just like that full round of a second, before she blinks, realizes what she's doing, and lets you go. And it is, she's very powerful as a psyker, so it hurts.
You do apply your full resilience to it,
10.
so you take no damage. You take a shock.
You take 1 damage because it was 11.
Was it 11? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, resilience of 10? Hell yeah.
Ranger armor, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
So
want to.
Laura will just very casually just land on her feet, roll her shoulders. That reaction wasn't entirely unexpected.
Sorry.
I'm glad to see that you're awake.
Yes. What's happened? As I sit up.
Short version, Tina decided to rampart her way through a wall of a bar, and we murdered about 20 people. Blair then, I assume out of love, attempted to murder Tina.
Is Tina dead?
No, Tina's fine. Tina has Hensley walked off to fight anything that will fight her. And Blair has taken time to calm down.
Good.
I have not left your side.
I appreciate that. I look around to see if anyone else is nearby.
I think Remy and Aristarchus would at least be in eye line. I don't know if Blair walked off far enough to be out of sight.
I think she's more like down the alley, like off to the side.
Okay, so like
So,
kind of
like-
around the corner from the bar. a
Yeah,
little bit?
like
Okay.
if you tried to look for her, you could find her, but probably not like from where Sarah's currently is.
So in that case, yeah, then Aristarchus and Rennie would have also seen just L'Oreal lift off the ground and restrict.
Everything all right over there?
Theris?
Pardon, I was startled.
All right, well, let's have a look at you then. Has Sarah suffered any wounds? Or were they just knocked or was she just knocked unconscious?
I believe she was just unconscious.
Yeah, she was just unconscious.
Okay.
At the very least, it hasn't been reflected on my character sheet. So
All right. Think they just rattled the cage on you a bit there. So, yeah, gonna be all right.
the last time I was unconscious for that period of time, I woke up in a torture chair. So
honestly,
Yeah, I don't know why, but the API scripts on the settings drop down is just not there.
Well, as
We'll
far
fix
as
it
that
later.
goes, I suppose that could have either been training related or mission related. So,
it was training.
oh, all right, yeah.
Delightful.
Inquisition.
Well,
Well, now
being
that
the
we've
case-
had- Yeah, now that we've had multiple people try even briefly to kill each other, can we like move on?
Yes.
Was your mission successful?
Mine?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna need a little while still. They don't wait at the dead drop. Then it's called a live drop.
Yes. Well, let us go. I don't think there's anything else we need to do unless something happened while I was out. Let's go rest and recover. Are you all right given the fight that I
Peachy.
missed? Good.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I found the problem.
Yay.
Hooray!
Fucking roll 20. Okay.
That's who it is.
As a reminder, you only have access to using API in your games if you are a pro level subscriber. And
Ah,
if your subscription lapses for any reason, like say having a different card than you did when you first subscribed, that might go away.
yep. API always goes away.
Let's restart the API sandbox now.
Okay. Good thing that this sheet has the option to use inline dice. All right. When we separated, do I have frequency for? I don't remember the name of the Space Marine.
Tantris.
Hyphasia.
Hyphasia Tandris,
I
yes.
appreciate Tandris. Yes.
Yes, you do have comm signal. She
And
actively,
were we given
when she
any?
split off, she said contact me when you need me.
Were we given any explanation for her connection to the Tandris household?
She did mention in one of the sessions that you were gone that she is a several greats grand aunt of the current head of the house.
Gotcha.
Being several hundred years old as a space of active operation.
Did we?
And even more than that from when she was being turned into a space marine.
Yeah, gotcha. How much of our objective did we tell her?
Not a lot yet. Just that there was an inquisitorial mission that needed her assistance after we were done killing gene stealers. And she's like, well, once we're done with this, I will technically be a free agent for a while until I report back, so I guess I can help out with this.
Okay. So in that case, I will all right. I'm going to go.
All right, go ahead and refresh everything.
I'm going to go meet up with our new ally and explain the situation to them in full, since we weren't able to do that previously. Now that Tina is no longer causing a ruckus.
Explain the situation in full how, if I can ask.
Mission parameters. We are hunting down and going to assault a traitor marine, a traitor guardsman. There is a member of House Tandris that is currently under his control that we are looking to rescue and deprogram.
We didn't provide all of that already? I thought we kind of
No,
did.
we very specifically did not because while Saris was gone, you, Remy, were the suspicious one and did not want to tell anything to the Space Marine.
I mean, and I don't, but I just assumed that for some reason I had thought that had already been supplied. Okay, fair enough. All right. What's that?
What was that?
I said, what's that?
What's
in relation to the look on your face?
Do you have an objection to raise, Remy?
One that you listen to? No.
I will listen to any reasonable objection. I have, in fact, in the past listened to many. From you.
You're not wrong. All right. I will throw this out there knowing that it's probably going to be dismissed. our goal, if we can, is to rescue Janae.
Yes.
I remembered it in my head. I didn't have to look at notes. I am very proud of myself.
Yes.
Is to rescue Janae if he is willing to do so.
If we are capable of doing so, yes.
I know you all have a hierarchy, and I know there's a party line, but I can't not believe that there are people who are potentially harder line than other people and might view the job of your organization differently than you do.
There are those who are harder line than us. Fortunately, Marine Tandris is a member of the Death Watch. Not, not the Sisters of Battle.
Right. That doesn't mean that they might not. My concern is this. It's going to be tricky as it is. And I don't know your mission, your job, but I don't know if we want to potentially narrow that, risk narrowing that window.
I understand the concern. Chani, I imagine I don't know exactly. The cross factional like hierarchy is nebulous at best for me personally. Where do I stand on equivalent on like level of authority compared to a Death Watch Marine
It's nebulous at best to you personally because it's nebulous at best in general.
in general? Right.
But strictly speaking, as an inquisitor in training, being an interrogator, you officially are of more authority than the Chambers militant of the various orders, including the Death Watch, including the Sisters of Battle, including the Grey Knights.
Right.
However,
yeah, with a Grey Knight, I'm more confident in my ability to order than I am with any of the Sisters of Battle or the Death Watch.
That's the thing. However, superhumans are innately different.
Right. They're built different.
And are likely to put their own codes of honor and practices in front of inquisitorial order if the time calls for it.
Right.
Even the Grey Knights have a hard time being ordered around by the Inquisition if they feel like their code of honor does not line up with it.
Right.
The Grey Knights have been known to ignore orders from Inquisitors if they felt like their code of honor didn't line up with it.
If Bit says no, are we actually going to be able to stop her?
And there is that issue.
That's basically what Remy's concerned about.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, yes, you do have the authority over her. You might not be a direct line of authority over her because you are a different ordo than she answers to.
Right.
But you do have the higher rank between the two of you.
So yeah. So yes, I understand. I understand your concerns. And I understand this won't alleviate them, but as far as authority is concerned, I do outrank her. However, I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a sense for her willingness to cooperate in the conversation. And if she is unwilling to assist with the rescue operation, I am confident in the Death Watch's ability to, at the very least, stay out of our way.
All right. I made my case. I get it.
And the potential benefits far outweigh that negative, unfortunately.
Okay.
mean, unless having a space marine on our side is not a benefit when going up against a trained Imperial guardsman with an unknown number of troops at his beck and call. Sorry, a trained Imperial veteran, I should say. So yeah, so once we split apart, I will shoot a message for me. I'll attempt to shoot a message to Space Marine to schedule a meeting.
Okay.
Or request a meeting, I should say.
I am loath to ask this question, but would you prefer I leave you alone on this task?
In this particular case, the less distractions there are, the easier it will be to communicate. Or fewer, rather.
As you wish.
So, you send that signal out, and High Thracia answers quickly. Send a location, and I will meet you for rendezvous.
I will indicate the Sisters of Battle cathedral that I've been staying at.
Okay.
An ordo neutral ground, as it were.
Sort of, yes.
I mean,
Considering neither of you are Hereticus.
Exactly. Also, since that location will be important to the immediate aftermath.
So you provide the location of the convent of the Sisters of the Blazing Howl and make your way over there, presumably.
Yes.
Where is everybody else headed in that time?
Good question.
Aristarchus is probably going to just follow wherever Blair's headed, unless Blair indicates, obviously we'll give Holly time to get back, unless Blair indicates she would rather him go elsewhere, so we can table that one for now.
I'm fairly certain that Blair's last intent was to head to the hideout and fortress of the Wastelanders to check on her girls.
It's not
Gotcha.
a bad idea.
Has Aristarchus been there yet?
I don't believe so.
I don't know if he's been allowed to go there yet.
I don't
Sarah's
believe
hasn't
so.
been- yeah, Sarah's also hasn't been allowed to go there.
What about Remy and Laurel?
Remy's just gonna be like, I'll go wherever we're. Like they're gonna get Mortis Veritas is gonna get a hold of me wherever I am, as long as it's in the Underhive. So safety and fucking numbers at this point.
How soon do we expect to hear back from them?
Day. Maybe more, maybe less, but roughly a day.
You all have my Vox beat frequency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go talk to Ronan and see if we can't establish a more clearer understanding of some things and convince him further to help us.
It's a real good plan.
All right.
I guarantee
Remy?
that. Yes.
Oh. How much do you want to know about Mortis Veritas beyond what you already do?
That depends on how we get the information.
Well, it just occurred to me that if they can get in touch with you wherever you are, odds are that sounds like they're going to give you a vox call, right?
Or they'll send a drone.
Even better. So, would you like me to build stuff for a backtrace?
No. We're trying to get into these people's territory. They'll figure that out. And even if they do, even if they probably won't, the risk that they might could throw everything that we just did, make it pointless. They could very easily say, fuck it, you're not allowed in. For now,
All
we need
right.
to play above board with them. Good thinking, but
Well, it's on the table should you decide that it becomes necessary at some point in the future then.
fair enough.
So, because I'm fairly certain that Holly's putting kids to bed right now.
Right.
We will begin with Laurel. So Laurel, you disappear into the Underhive and follow tracks and trails that only the Eldar can see. And eventually, as you're walking, you hear a sardonic voice greet you from an upper ledge. I was wondering when you'd come and look for me.
Okay. Just shoulder rifle.
Reflexes are getting sharper, I see.
Not enough. I would have been dead if you wanted me to be.
Yes, well, one of us is the teacher.
I have come for that exact reason. And to attempt to align you further with our cause.
Have I not already said that I would be assisting you? He says, as you look up and you see him, and he's still holding that river stone that you handed to him. That was Ceres's, as he's sort of like thumbing it and rubbing a hand over it.
Yes, but I believe potentially our timeline has been advanced.
Yes. I noticed.
How long have you been watching us?
Well, if I'm going to assist you, part of assisting you is knowing what you're up to.
The logic is sound.
But it seems like your washed up former law enforcement has been making strides with his contacts, which means that likely you'll be getting into the location of one of these safe houses that your enemy is using. What do you expect to find there?
I think the hope is to find Janaea and then subsequently Tycho so that we can eliminate that threat. I don't know if we're ready, but we stand at the precipice.
Have you consulted the future yet, Farseer?
I have not.
That gift is beyond me, but perhaps you might be able to find something should you ask the right question.
I will have to sit in contemplation and see what the walk will give to me.
I suspect, based on the information I've been able to glean from my trips into their territory, the hideout well managed, but I don't think the only one that you'll be able to find is that. I don't think you'll probably find Tycho there. But you may very well find the Psyker.
Laurel is just going to unshoulder her rifle, set it against the nearest object, and just go straight down into meditative pose. I would like to use Scryer's gaze again.
All right.
Let's see how this goes. So I will be spending 10 minutes to do this since I do not know the exact location of Janaea.
Yep.
Oh, well. And I had DN of 6, so... And I forgot to take it off the inline dice.
You can go ahead and roll that again if you want.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got exactly what you needed. You do have one left.
Yeah, we'll go up from 5,000 meters to 50,000 meters. If she's anywhere within the orbit of this planet, then I should be able to see her.
How far is 50,000 meters for people who don't have a measurement of range?
Sorry, how big?
50,000 meters.
150,000 feet. If feet are easier for you to, because that's rough. A meter is roughly the size of a yard, which is 3 feet.
Roughly 31 miles. For us, horrible Imperial system users.
Nobody's perfect.
Okay. So you got about a 30-mile radius around you that you can reach into. So you steady yourself and focus, and using the guidance as you focus, Ronan whispers details of the location into your ear so that you can hear and identify what it is you're looking for. And as you do, your mind's eye shifts and traverses and searches. Is a and as you do, you eventually come to rest on a sparse but not aggressively so room. It is simply upholstered. There is the faint scent of incense on the air. The lighting is dim but not dark. It is lit for relative comfort. And you hear the clinking of chains as you look and your gaze settles in this room. You see two figures: the ragged, long, black-haired, emaciated figure of Janaea Tandris, barefoot, manacles on her arms and legs, as seen previously, and the completely armored and face hidden form of Tycho Morderic. And as you watch, he carries a long length of chain from one wall and links it through Janaea's manacles, attaching it to both of her arms and to her legs. And as he does, he speaks to her. Now, as always, you've got the full run of this room. Do try not to strain the bonds. We both know they can't hold you if you really try. But this is, of course, just a reminder and here for your own safety. And again, I've left you plenty of reading material should you wish to peruse. I need to journey out. I must speak with Janus if we're to prepare for the next act in our grand play. Do take care. I will have refreshment brought to you shortly. Try not to kill the servant who brings it to you. Janaea sort of scoffs and accepts the manacles and restraints without too much complaint. Once they're attached, you do see there's enough slack in these chains that she can walk the length and breadth of this room. They would just prevent her from leaving it, essentially. And Tycho sort of turns and starts to walk his way out. I'll be gone for a couple of days. You'll be well taken care of while I'm away. Do take caution. Don't draw too much attention. Even in here, your power is great. So, rest. Prepare it. We will need you for the next step. And as always, remember, the Whispers are there as allies and guides, but never surrender to. They will only take that which you need to be yourself. And as always, remember what we fight for. The end to tyrants. Janaea says nothing throughout this monologue and just walks over to her bed and sits down on it, lays back as Tycho leaves. And she seems to just sort of stare up at the ceiling for a minute. And as you watch, Tycho leaves, the door shuts. The thought in your mind runs of who this Janus individual might be. And as you sort of observe for a moment, Janaea's bright violet eyes lock onto your viewpoint. And a hand reaches out towards you. As she seems to grasp something in the air, and you feel a psychic pressure on your mind from a distance. Something is probing you. Are you
Lorwell is not going to fight it.
one of the voices? She sort of whispers into the air, carried on the wind towards you. What are you? You're not like the rest. You're something different.
Laurel will say, I am help.
Help with what? There are many things to do.
I wish to help you break your bonds.
Why would I break my bonds? As Tycho said, they're here for my safety. Do you wish to tempt me into breaking something? I know many of you have asked me to rampage before, but Tycho's orders are to stay put.
No, quite the contrary. I believe it's better if you stay put.
So you agree with Tycho then?
Oh, no, those were not the words I said.
You voices are all so contradictory.
It would be better if you stay where you are so that I can help you break your bond. Your bonds are not for your protection, they are for his.
Some of you have said that before. Usually with the urge to plant a knife in his back and take over.
Oh, no. Janaea. No. Your father is looking for you.
You see, she sits up at that, and there's an anger on her face.
Still, breathe.
He exhales. My father is the reason I'm here in the first place.
And your time away has given him time to reflect and change his mind.
He only cares about his family once they've been taken. Oh, how wonderful.
As a above board question, what was her brother's name again?
Uh, uh, God, as I have to go look it up again.
It starts with a J.
Jordan.
Yep. Jordan.
Yeah, they're both J names. Jordan Tendress.
Jordan. Is looking for you.
And you see her eyes widen and she locks onto you. My brother is alive.
Yes.
My brother is here. And lightning begins to arc in the room as she begins to channel psychic energies.
Janaea, hold yourself together. You need to be still. You need to stay where you are. Act like you know nothing.
No. No. It gets louder, more forceful. No. And the chains begin to rattle. They begin to flex and strain. No. She stops. The chains soft. The chains slacken. Not yet. Tycho just left. I can't leave yet. I will find my brother.
Wait for me to contact you again.
Be gone.
Oh.
And she waves a hand, and your psychic power is denied as it is unraveled, and you find yourself shoved back into your body.
Impudent child.
What did you expect? Ronan says, from still on his perch above you. You told a starved and abused orphan that her missing father, not only her missing father, but also her long lost twin sibling, are here, and you expected her not to lash out for freedom at the first moment?
I need to make a willpower roll.
Go ahead and roll willpower.
Oh, well, good.
You got
Good
a
work.
success. You have an icon.
Oh, also that's. Yep. Oh, what's our glory and ruin count right now, by the way?
Glory's at 0, Ruin is at 5.
She's just going to run her fingers through her ponytail. I was trying to help.
I mean, you may have, but now you've added an unpredictable element. She probably won't stay there long. She's gonna go looking for him.
She won't talk to me again.
Not now that you tried to stop her from getting what she wants.
That does make it easier for us to capture her separate, though. If the rest of the group is informed.
I wasn't attempting to stop her, I was attempting to set up. She doesn't see that. She's a caged animal. She only sees freedom and bondage. I should have known this. I got sloppy. I jeopardized everything.
Well, you set things in motion. The die is cast. How it lands is up to what you make of it. You know exactly what will be going down in the next short while. She will wait until she sees her opening, and she will force her way out, and she will go looking for her brother. How you handle that is up to you.
Lorela will stand up and holster her or throw her rifle back over her shoulder on the sling. You know where this house is.
You. Mortis Veritas is very observant, however. It took a decent amount of my skill to sneak in unnoticed.
No, Lorel, impulsivity got you a cut up here. I'm going to be reprimanded. I'm in, Saris.
Theris, you get a signal.
Yes.
Ronan is at the ready to help. Though I believe, unfortunately, our timeline has been escalated.
Specific details, please.
Tycho has left Janaea alone. Janaea now knows what she's seeking is on planet.
What is she seeking?
Her brother.
How did she react?
Not great, Bob.
In any other situation, beautifully. But
Specific details.
lightning, anger, and she pushed me out.
Words that were said. Any indication of intent?
She's going to wait long enough for Tycho to leave, give him time to get going, and then break free.
Was there an intent for breaking free? Is she going to find him, kill him, marry him?
I'm hoping not the latter, but you know these noble houses.
Yes. Words that were said, intentionality, anything you can think of.
Okay, everything's a blur. I informed her that her father and her brother were both looking at her, looking for her. She grew very, very enthusiastic and loosed lightning in the room. Then calmed herself, and I told her to wait. I told her to wait until she hears from me before acting, and she told me no and kicked me out.
She became energetic. How? Was there a mood, an emotional attached to this?
Catatonia to happiness
Did
and
she?
intrigue.
What Saris is trying to get from you is that she was angry at mention of her dad, but not angry at mention of her brother. By the way,
When I spoke of Lord Malton, she scoffed and was extremely, we'll go with upset. However, when I mentioned her brother, she seemed hopeful. Her eyes lit a little brighter than usual. So she's going there. If I knew,
we can work with this.
Ronan knows the location of the safe house she's currently residing in.
We don't need to know that. She's going to come to us.
She will not come to me.
No, she's going to come to her brother. We will give him to her in a way that allows us to get her and hopefully save her from the influences in her mind. Do you have an idea of how long until Tycho leaves is?
He was leaving when you were watching. She was going to give him enough time to get gone. So who knows how
We
long
have
that is.
potentially hours.
All right. I'm going to have to.
Rally the crew.
You get everyone else. I'm going to figure out a location and get Joran there. All right. Assuming that I haven't had a conversation with a Space Marine yet. I'm going to let her know that there has been a slight complication and I'll need to fill her in after it's been dealt with, and then I'm going to call Joran Tandris.
Okay. She will acknowledge, and then you call Jordan.
Jordan, this is Sarah Sartinos.
Yes, this is Jordan Tandris.
Your sister knows you're on planet and is going to be hunting for you in a short period of time.
Yes,
I
sensed her psychic outreach.
I am conscripting you as bait. We want to save her, not kill her, but our best opportunity for that is going to be if you work with me.
All right, where do you want me?
Where is a place familiar to her, a place that she will be less likely to be agitated at? A place she
Familiar
liked.
and less likely to be agitated, or perhaps not ideally put together.
Fair.
I think
Mm.
somewhere in the transition, the mid hive, where things which leave the under hive but don't quite reach the nobility of the high hives. Those are the places she liked to go when she slipped out,
um,
when we left home and explored a bit.
having been operating in that area this entire time, can I think of any place that would be a suitable place for interacting with her near the sisters' cathedral or the convent?
The convent is right about at that level, not necessarily immediately there, but it's relatively close on vertical scale. But it is off to one side of the city.
Yeah.
As far as nearby, uh, sort of racking, you're not super familiar with the city in general. You sort of go from place that you need to go from to place that you need to go. Haven't had a lot of time to really get the lay of the land. Uh, but as you're thinking about it, he does proffer something. There is a concert hall, thrash bands and other musical groups occasionally performed there. We would occasionally sneak out to go see a show.
That place
Eh,
there, then.
it's not in use right now, so
Abandoned is good. The objective, so that you're fully informed.
You mean we're not going to be able to confront a feral psyker in the middle of a fucking mosh pit? God damn it.
I mean, the mosh pit's there in spirit.
It's
Oh,
not
okay.
wanted.
The objective is to assess her mental state on confrontation and get her to the what was the order?
the Order of the Blazing Howl.
Get her to the convent of the Order of the Blazing Howl, either willingly or as prisoner. The calming nature of the Sisters of Battle will hopefully help dampen the chaos in her mind, so that we can bring her back from where she's at now.
I
I
hope
do
you've
not
addressed
know.
this with the sisters,
I
because
have.
otherwise they
They are
will kill
prepared.
her.
They are prepared to assist. They will kill her if there is no saving her, but that is a kindness in this particular case.
Very well. I will make my way there. I will need a moment to alert my commanding officer that I am being seconded by the Inquisition.
Yes, I will give him.
And
I'll give him a I assume that there is like an authorization code I can give.
yeah,
That
you
will.
can provide
Yeah.
inquisitorial credentials essentially. Yeah,
I'll give him an inquisitorial credential authorization code to use.
that shouldn't be necessary. My commander knows exactly what's going on around here, but it is
In case.
appreciated.
Move swiftly.
I will do so. And need Jordan out.
I will ping that location to Laurel, who's going to get the others. And then I am going to call the I don't remember the title of the person that I spoke with that was in charge of the convent.
The Sister Superior.
Yeah, Sister Superior. And basically just let it doesn't have any full conversation, but basically just let her know that, hey, we might be coming in very soon with the person that I spoke to you about.
And she replies back, "We will make preparations and have a chamber prepared."
Thank you. I will warn, this person is a very powerful psycho, so have your best singing voices, please.
We will have hymns of absolution on rotation.
Thank you. All right. Oh, we're doing this now.
Meanwhile, Blair, where were you headed?
There might be a good
Oh,
break
I
moment.
was headed somewhere.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you had said that you were going to head to the hideout of the Wastelanders to go check on your girls, if that, as recalled.
I do not remember saying that, but she absolutely can.
Well, you can think
But
about it while we're
while
on
we
break.
figure that out, we'll go on a quick break.
All right, those of you that are watching, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story.
Mhm.
I love that you pause to see if anyone else tries to beat you to the punch.
Yeah.
I hate that you do that. Drives me crazy.
It's just adding another layer to the reason why I do this.
But so, Blair, where are you headed?
To the Wastelanders.
Okay.
And who? Well, okay. First, she would go to find Aristarchus.
Who's just standing over there by Remy right now, I think.
Yeah. We're right near you guys, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because I believe you and I had a brief conversation at the end of.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave her alcohol.
Yep. I'm helpful.
Very. All right. What's the plan so far?
Well, I think everybody's sort of breaking off into central directions, so I was gonna toddle along with you, Miss Blair, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go the Wastelanders and check on my girls.
Sounds good. I'll
See
go
if
with
any-
it.
Excellent.
All right, I'm gonna see if any of them have any information. I know some of them were keeping an eye out on things.
Great.
That'd be good to have more information then. And Aristarchus has taken, I say taken because it's been maybe 30 minutes since he started this new habit. He's just carrying this shotgun kind of openly, just over his shoulders a little bit, with his third arm just kind of tucked into his waistband of his robes.
Ah, yes, lack of reverence for the sanctified shotgun.
Look, it's a very well composed machine that I'm sure the Omnissiah is very pleased that I am utilizing with proficiency now. So I've got to get used to it.
Now, if you're gonna do that, you gotta carry it like you mean it, especially in the underhide.
All right. Is this, or should I?
You look like a bunny.
Well, I was just all right. Would it be bad? He goes through a number of gun carries, all of which are like normalized, systematic ones. He's not like trying to like stick it down his shirt or anything, but and it just cycles through several of them. Which one of these is best?
Wait, go back, try the other one. Try it on the other side. Hold on. There you go.
All right.
You look great.
Thanks, Remy.
But
As he's got the gun resting on shoulder now, like pointed up and out over behind him.
Yeah, it's kind of like angled behind his hood.
you also gotta mean it, the expression on your face, especially in the underhive.
He doesn't have much expression on his face.
I was gonna
He has
say
a
with
lower
the
jaw
gas
Yeah.
mask and the lenses and stuff. He's
Okay.
right.
okay,
Yeah,
but-
right. It's like,
Yeah, the expression on his face is machine.
right.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no.
The most
yeah.
expression he has is with his eyebrows.
Right. I was gonna say the eyebrows just
Gotcha.
furrow slightly.
There you go.
You see him go up and like flick a
have
few
those
switches,
Properly
and
furrowed
the
eyebrows.
musculature on his head just like solidifies to where like he's not even doing micro expressions at this point anymore. It's like he froze it there. There we go.
Perfect. All right.
Fantastic. Can we go?
Yes.
Aristarchus cycles through his own character creation screen. What do you want for your idle pose?
Aristarchus has selected typical angry Mechanicus with shotgun.
And yeah, he'll just follow you two.
Yep. She'll head down towards the Wastelanders.
So you make your way down there. You've got an amount of time, especially because if Laurel is heading to physically intercept you, she's going to be following you down there.
I imagine Laurel might call ahead.
You're probably about like 3/4 of the way there. Like you've made it to the gate of the section where the Wastelanders call home when Lorwell reaches you via Vox.
Who would Lorwell be reaching out to, or would this be some? Do we have group call capabilities with Fox feeds?
Yeah, you can have a frequency multiple people are on.
Okay.
Gonna dial that frequency in.
So the rest of you get a signal that the
Yeah.
Lorwell is reaching out to you.
I think Julia's just figuring out how to word this.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
Miss
don't-
Laurel.
We don't have a group name. But
Well, what's up?
so I believe the expression you humans use is I have good news and I have bad news. Which would you like first?
Is the good news a lie?
No.
You're a horrible liar. What's up?
I may know where Janae is.
Oh, that's very good news.
The bad news is she will not be there for long.
What?
Why?
The better news is that she's coming to us.
Not better news.
Long story short, I decided to see if I couldn't get eyes on a target. I may have let a few details slip while attempting to help console and calm the thunderstorm that was that child.
You talked to her?
She talked to me first.
Is that a thing?
I'm not sure if it is, but it happened.
Right?
She's going to wait for Tycho to leave, which he was doing in the vision I saw. Which means she's got
Where's
me.
he going?
Did Lorwell hear that, or did he just say?
He
I
mentioned,
something
he mentioned
about
that he needed to
Janice.
speak with Janice.
He is going to speak with an individual named Janice.
Have we heard that name before?
Nope,
Johnny?
that's the first
Okay.
you're hearing the name Janice.
I, the
All right.
player, have heard that name, but I don't know that I, the character, have heard that name.
But she is going to break out soon.
Why
What-
would she break out?
What did you tell her?
Remy, don't jump to conclusions.
I'm not
That was
jumping to
something
conclusions.
that
I want the
Laurel-
I want to know. We need to.
Remy is right in his assumptions. I let slip that the one thing she is after is on planet.
Well, never mind.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I got sloppy.
Oh, I see what happened.
So hold
Miss
on.
Laurel, in case,
Aristarchus, shut up.
but there
Laurel.
might be.
Shut up. Laurel, you told a psychologically damaged person who has been manipulated and tormented into the depths of where she is right now over the exceeding pain caused by the believed death of her brother, without preamble, without softening the blow, that, oh no, he's bad, he's fine.
Yes.
You just throw a fucking grenade into this situation.
I didn't throw a grenade. I threw an entire amble.
You're not wrong.
Yes, I fucked up. I am aware. But Saris is attempting to rally her brother, and we are going to attempt to bait her out and get her to a safe place.
Oh no. I'm willing to. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you, Remy, what else do you think would be a good plan here?
I don't know, but what I can tell you right now, probably like more than likely, she is so wrapped up in pain, anger, love, every single emotion all wrapped up in one. She probably doesn't know when she gets there whether she's going to want to reunite with him, kill him, completely bypass him and go lay waste to her entire noble house, like kill everybody in the vicinity.
Yeah. So we need to find her.
We need to find her, and her brother cannot be anywhere near the situation because that's lighting the match on the napalm. Absolutely can't be near the situation. I realize I have no actual say in this, but, and I realize we're improvising at this point because things happened, but there's no way to possibly know exactly what she's going to do and exactly how that's going to set her off. It could calm her down. It could push her completely over the edge the way we don't want her to be.
Remy,
Yes.
your opinion notwithstanding, I understand your analysis is keeping her away from her brother is probably her brother's going to act as a catalyst in a situation to whatever happens, is what your perspective is, I think. Right. Given she's a psyker, do you think there is any chance we have of her not figuring out where her brother is and going directly that direction anyway?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Because I'm just saying your opinion valid. I understand that keeping a lid on the situation would be less catastrophically damaged in terms of collateral and that sort of thing. I just don't know that that's an option.
Well, and more to the point, if we put her in a situation that emotionally volatile and then try to capture her, that pushes it to violence. There's no option at that point. She's going to react with violence.
That is quite probable. Yeah, no, I think that would probably be. I mean, yeah, if we can't talk it down, that would be likely where.
And I don't know that if we had time, if we had been able to approach her as some, look, somebody who's, sorry for saying this, not associated with the house. Been able to approach and
Ms.
say,
Laurel,
look, I understand.
Did she know who you were when this happened as her dad's retainer and that sort of thing? Did that come out?
Sorry. No, unfortunately, we did not get around to that.
I mean, that
That's
might be
actually
fortunately in this case, but yeah.
That's good.
How long, what sort of time frame?
Hours at the most.
Oh dear. Ms. Blair, do you think we've got time to check in on your family?
I mean, we're almost there at this point.
I have an idea.
Right. I need to confer with Mam Martinos on a couple things.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but I just need to swap frequencies. Right.
Okay.
All right.
I have an idea. It's not the smartest of ideas, but smart ideas have left this station at this point. Laurel, you know where she is. Where is she?
Okay. We're good. Ronan.
Ronan provides basically a set of coordinates that are within Mortis Veritas territory. There is a safe house that has been rigged up with a variety of different guards, servants, automated and otherwise, and security measures that you suspect if Janaea decides she wants out, will be about as effective as wet tissue paper.
Yeah, pretty much. So my thought, there are certain people, if she is approached by somebody who works for a house, the organization that Ceres works for, these are groups that are inherently hostile to her, or she will see them as hostile towards her, or she will be hostile towards them. We've done our job. We did what Mortis Veritas told us to do. Therefore, if we already know where it is and it's in Mortis Veritas's, and the situation is bad enough that it could cause damage to the territory, I think we can possibly assume that permission has been given and have some people who are very much not connected to that, to those aspects, approach her and try to soften the blow early. It's risky as fuck because we could be pissing off Mortis Veritas. Whoever gets in her vicinity could just be evaporated. But it's the only way I don't see this ending. I see this ending in anything other than violence.
Laura will just hit mute and look over at Ronan. This is why. This is why I fucked up. I don't understand. I don't understand Monkai emotions. Volatile. Instant.
Well, they sputter like a cherry blossom. They spring up in an instant and blow with the wind. While they might be fleeting and temporary, they don't know the depths to which the emotional heights and lows that the Eldari can reach. This is child's play. They are
infants.
Yes. Their emotional range is stunted compared to ours. But with such narrow peaks and valleys, they travel between them rapidly. It's a simple matter of navigating them.
Unmute.
Okay. I am willing to accept that I should not be a gun on the front lines.
All right.
Blair, Remy,
Yes.
Aristarchus, I am loath to say this. It's in your hands. Merely loath because I am not part of it. I trust each and every one of you. I just wish I could be involved.
That's okay. You do have a part.
Say
You get to tell Ceres that we're not using his plan.
Her plan.
Her plan. Sorry, her plan. And you get to deal with that. So have
Speaking
fun.
of Ceres,
Yeah, sorry. Aristarchus.
Oh, don't worry.
This is Aristarchus Dactyl calling Madam Sarah Sartinos. Please pick up if you're available.
Yes, Aristarchus.
So, Miss Laurel told us about what was happening.
Yes.
And as your current needed to ask your expertise on some psychic questions.
Certainly.
Since we're going to be confronting Ma'am Janaea Tandris, it occurs to me that Tycho is not what did Blair call it last time? A goddamn idiot. What sort of contingencies would he have put in place? Because I guarantee you that man is not so foolish as to not have arranged for the possibility that Psycho might be convinced to switch sides. Can you put a bomb in a Psycho's head where they go off warp-wise or something like that? What should we be worried about?
Yes, you can. Whether or not he did, I'm not sure. There is, unfortunately, as many options as there are creative individuals and minds in the galaxy.
All right.
Would I have any idea as to what sort of like standard practice guardsman might, or an Imperial guardsman, or or an agent of chaos might have for
Denying an asset to the enemy?
for denying a psychic asset to the enemy?
I mean, the easiest and most common thing for like if you really need to quickly dispose of a psyker is to put like an execution collar on them.
Yeah.
Something that will kill them in one manner or another if the switch is thrown.
Yeah, an execution collar or an embedded bomb.
Embedded bombs are trickier because psychers often have, especially depending on their form of psychic ability, control over that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like there are a number of psychers whose level of biomancy would allow them to eject a bomb that was planted in them. At which point you've just lost your payload and they have it now.
Yeah.
But like execution collars that react if someone tries to tamper with them are much more difficult to deal with. And you can't really make an embedded bomb that's sensitive enough that psychic tampering would set it off, because then just their body moving would set it off.
Right. Although we have technology that reacts to psychic energy, so I imagine that
sort of. You have technology that channels psychic energies.
Yeah.
It's not that fine.
Fair.
But like it's very difficult to make an implanted bomb that is difficult to tamper with, without making it too sensitive. That said, you don't recall in the moments that you've seen Janaea seeing any of those methods on her person.
Most common instance of control as far as this particular instance would be an execution collar. However, the last time we saw her, at the very least, she wasn't wearing one. It may be that he's simply trusting that if she is going to rampage out of control, that she's too far gone to do anything other than rampage if someone were to take her from him, and that if she does rampage out of control, it serves his plans.
All right, so we don't have to particularly necessarily be concerned about that. Well, that's somewhat reassuring then.
Or he plans on or he has someone ready to follow her if she does escape and rampage, so that he knows where she's at.
All right. No, that makes sense.
There are other methods of surveillance and dealing with a psyker. They're being followed, just trusting that they're going to blow up and damage everything around them, which might work to his plans. There's a number of ways that he could be planning for the possibility of her leaving.
Could there be potential?
He could also be so confident in his abilities that he doesn't think she would. He's probably smarter than that, but he's also chaotic, and there is always room for error.
What about like what do they call them? Cell agent. Like, okay, hypothetically, she sees her brother, and that kicks in a brainwashed mental behavioral procedure that turns her into, like, stoic murder soldier, and she just goes blah.
That is there are innumerable possibilities for what might happen when she sees her brother. Unfortunately, with the ease
sleeper agent, that's what they call him.
Yes, with the ease at which she dismissed Laurel's psychic intrusion upon the mere mention of her not going towards her brother, I have the distinct suspicion that anything she encounters between her and her brother until she finds him is going to go away before it can utter too many syllables. And in that fashion, she already knows where he is. When I reach out to him, he sensed her reaching out to him beforehand.
Oh dear.
She knows where he is. She's homing in on him.
Well, we better rush then.
Yes.
Okay. All
Which
right.
is why
I'll let everybody know.
Thank you.
back to
Sorry
Blair
to throw a
and
wrench in
Remy.
your plans, Remy.
No, that's fine. That's more information. That's helpful.
All right. So talk to Madame Martinos. She says that either there's so many possible contingencies, but we haven't really seen anything, so we're not really that concerned that she's going to go through significant change. Anyway, the main thing is that she definitely already knows where her brother is, and she's definitely already headed towards him, psychic compass style.
All right. We gotta go now then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm with you lot.
Where are we going?
We've got the coordinates.
All right.
I said Laura will pass them on, right?
Yes, presumably.
Okay.
Let's move as quickly
It's
as possible.
fine. You're gonna love the next three characters. The next characters we all play.
So yeah, are you? That's the question. Are you heading towards where her last known location, or the ambush point?
Last known location.
I was gonna say,
Bye.
we haven't been. Yeah, no. Have we been informed of the ambush point yet?
Uh,
Not that I know of.
I told Laurel to give you the coordinates. I don't know if she did. Are
Okay.
you going to let the rest of them know about the most likely occurrence of anything that gets in her way, Aristarchus?
Let me.
I'm so excited for no.
With three's a standard success, I think. As we're walking back towards the lift,
Two is like normal difficulty. Three is
Okay,
like slightly
alright.
harder than normal. So
Matt Martinez did just so you know what we're walking into. Intimate that her general mind state at the moment is that until she gets to her brother, anything that gets in the way is either going to be ignored or vaporized. So
That is definitely a possibility.
We gotta be really convincing.
Yes, we do.
I mean, there's that. We all should make sure we're in a place where we have significant cover. Should we need it? Accessible, I would think.
It's fine. Just get behind me, Aristarchus.
This is gonna go great.
All right.
no, DN3 is standard. Cool. Yep. DN2 is slightly easier than standard.
Look, the main things as we're walking along, the main things is A, cannot be threatening. B, we cannot tell her no. The words no cannot leave our lips.
Oh, Remy, we should probably establish then what exactly is our objective. What are we trying to get her to do?
Our objective is to get her to come with us and take her somewhere. Look, I'm doing this on the fly, so this is evolving as we go. My goal is to try and get her in a situation where we can eventually calm her down. My thought process is we can say, look, we can get you to your brother if that's what you want. We can do it in a way that's going to be safe for both of you.
All right.
And to do that, we're going to have to throw some of our friends under the bus a little bit. Metaphorically.
Because is any of this over the comm link to
No.
Laurel?
No.
Okay.
We are going to not our friends specifically, but who they work for. We are going to point out that they're in a situation currently where they are being sought by her father's house and other forces, and that going straight to him, although it would be direct, would also potentially be dangerous for him. Now, if she wants to kill him, she wants to kill him, and there's not much we can do about that.
At that point, we just say, yield right of way.
Right. We are trying to just we're trying to maximize our chances of this coming out good, because we're not going to get it to 100% chance. We're probably not going to get it to 60% chance, but if we can get it to 45, 50, that will be an astounding success.
I believe it would be a good idea to reunite her with her brother. But
yes,
like you said,
would.
if just in a private space.
Absolutely. And I think
we
that
need to find a safe space.
if we had had time and we could have slowly broken the information in a
controlled manner,
it would have been okay.
Aristarchus is a creature of, as much as he can manage anyway, logic and reason. Is there a role, Shani, that I can make to see how likely he would be to be willing to go along with Remy's plan? That just be like intellect or scholar or what?
Remy scholar.
Okay. That's an 8.
So I mean, with 8 successes, there's a number of like, this is an improvisational plan, which is sort of like not the best idea as far as the mechanics are generally concerned. They generally like things that are rote and written down and like established and prepared. But I mean, the situation is sort of out of the ordinary, and so improvisation sort of becomes the default. There's a couple of questions, like, what do you do when her first sentences are, "Do you know where my brother is? Yes. Take me to my brother right now, or I vaporize you."
Why we are improvising this whole fucking thing on the fly.
And there are subsequent questions of how much collateral damage is going to happen if she is not immediately and directly taken on the fastest route to her brother.
Okay.
Because a rampaging psyker of, you're not certain what category she is, but you're fairly certain higher than every other psyker that you know.
Right. Which is, as far as I'm aware, 2.
3.
Correct.
I only know 2.
You know Jordan.
Oh, Jordan. Okay, 3. Yep. That's right. I have met Jordan.
And you're fairly certain that she is a more powerful psyker than her brother is.
Right.
Which is saying something, because her brother is a military psyker trained to kill people.
Yep.
She will fucking full on Stranger Things Vecna her brother.
All right. Well, as long as we're keeping things light on the balls of our feet, I will do my best to make sure that both of you walk away from this.
For the record, if you guys have better ideas, I'm happy to hear them.
Most of my ideas are on contingency side. Like, if when we meet her, she tells us that she will kill us unless we take her to her family right off the cuff, then we need to be like, all right, and do it, probably.
Yes, 100%. If
We are going to have to take her to her brother. That's 100%.
If there is, right, but if there is no, if she is, shut up, Siri. If right off the bat, she,
oh, you know Siri too.
Clear. It's right off the bat. There is no negotiation. There is nothing. Like, if we do a quick assessment and there is too much crazy in those eyes, then it's going to be, he's right this way. Have a good day. And I'm booking the first trip off this fucking planet, because I don't know how much of this planet is going to survive.
All right. Well, let's go do a cursory evaluation of the phenomena then.
All right.
I'm going to have to get ready to handle her by myself with her brother.
What are you talking about? You got Laurel and probably Tina.
Are we still not going to the correct area?
No, we're still.
Remy is taking you directly to her.
Yep.
Not to me.
Not
Oh,
to the
gotcha.
ambush side.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are not going to the concert
At
hall
least-
because we haven't been told where the concert hall is anyway.
Taking a volatile psychic in the middle of a temper tantrum to a place that is referred to as the ambush site is maybe not the best move.
We're gonna find out what happens. Hope you got your negotiating
To
shoes
be clear,
on there.
out of
Remy.
character, these are all great plans individually based on the information.
Yeah, for sure.
There's
I
no
just
wrong.
happen
There's
to
no right or
Aristarchus
wrong.
just happens to be following this one currently.
Yep.
Because it was proximate.
Laurel is going to.
I would say that the plan that puts the 3 non-psychers asterisk, in the area, in the proximity of the almost a demon host psyker, without the ability to have anyone there that can deny the witch, is factually the wrong plan.
Okay, first of all, A can deny the witch apparently, but
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
that's legitimately the point from Remy's mindset.
Oh,
Is that you get people who are not going to be viewed as threats initially.
yes. These cockroaches will convince you to not kill people.
Yes, well, at the very least, you don't kill them on first sight, and that gives you the chance to get a word or two in.
Good luck.
We'll see how it goes. No, yeah, 100%.
Ooh, I need to roll something for Aristarchus.
Laurel's going to
Excellent.
into that frequency again.
So, Saris, you got a calm from Laurel.
Oh no. The 3 non-psychers asterisk.
Okay.
Oh,
You guys get another calm from
Oh,
Laurel.
so I still don't know what's going on. Great.
Hello, Miss Laurel.
I know you
well,
have your plan set in stone.
is this where you tell us that you contacted him and just decided to tell him exactly where to go? Did you bring up any other abuse in her past? Did you say you kicked her dog?
So Saris is meeting her at, and will give coordinates. Do with that information what you will.
Great, awesome, thanks.
With her brother, I feel like you would probably specify.
Yes, with her brother.
Yep. Cool.
All right, so to Remy, so do we want to meet there, or do we want to try to intercept her first?
We want to try to
and
intercept
take
her.
there. Okay.
We want to try to intercept her and take. Yes. This is the worst plan, but it is the best worst plan we have.
Oh, I'm not even working on a plan. I'm working on a let's get to her, and then we're gonna
Right.
figure it out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Laurel,
Yes.
you're gonna have a better chance of being convincing in this situation than me. Can you talk to Saris and try to convince her to keep this non-hostile, looking non-hostile, etc., as long as possible? That means hopefully no other of her people there. We don't want this to look like a situation where she's going to come in and feel threatened if we can get her there at all.
I will do my best.
All right.
I mean, based on my analysis, I feel like Ms. Mam Martinos has been pretty clear that helping Mam Janea has been kind of objective from the futures, from the get-go. So good to check, but I'm pretty sure Mam Saris is not going to make it overly threatening because Mam Saris seems to have expressed a desire for a peaceful resolution to this from the jump.
True, but there's overly threatening and then there's threatening period.
I'm real bad at that unless it's a numerical analysis of threat. Like 3 battle cruisers are more threatening than 1 battle cruiser. That's about where I usually operate.
It's also a matter of how twitchy the trigger fingers are going to be. That's what I'm thinking.
Aristarchus, who is very clearly still openly carrying his definitely
Right.
designed to murder psychers, specifically shotgun and demons, make sure that his finger is not particularly twitchy.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say that shotgun is literally a threat to a psyker.
Yeah, can
Yeah,
you put that the fuck away?
Yeah, you need to be
Sorry, what?
less. You need to be less threatening now. I know I said it was how you carry it, but
no,
yeah.
oh no, that makes a great deal of sense. Thank you for pointing that out. I would not have noticed. And yeah, he stows his shotgun and throws it under his robes in the case, where it's as smuggled as he can make it right now.
I mean, to be fair, a tech priest with a weird, like, square-shaped protrusion sticking out of their back is completely normal.
Right.
All right.
So
Here's our here goes our
we-
last
Hang on.
stand.
Go.
does Laurel tell me anything?
L'Oreal will make one more Vox feed call. Saris, come in.
Yes, Laurel.
I have been given explicit orders to instruct you not appear threatening in any manner in this confrontation. The entire situation needs to be as peaceful as possible.
And Sarah's
Holy
trying to
shit!
process what the fuck I was just told and what does it mean.
That was definitely a version of what was communicated.
Janae needs to not feel threatened in any way.
Hoisted on our own petard.
Ah.
The line goes dead. Remy, your Vox speed rings.
It's a 3-hour game.
What's up, boss?
I'm trying to pass something, and the only person I could think of that would have said it initially was you. So, what did you tell Laurel to tell me?
All right. Realizing that I have already anticipated every single.
Skip past the pleasantries, please.
I'm just trying to make this as efficient as possible. So we're going to try to intercept her and try to talk her down a little bit so she doesn't come in to a potentially hostile situation hotter than the fucking core of the planet.
All right.
In order for that to be the case, she's going to come in right now. She is such a ball of every emotion possible that any sign could tip her one way or the other. So this, when she comes in, it needs to look as non-hostile as possible, so it doesn't immediately escalate to hostile.
All right. So, in the event that you survive your initial encounter,
I'm
going to give you this information. Hopefully it's useful. One,
Okay.
as far as I can tell, she is a few hair triggers away from becoming a demon host.
Mm-hmm.
Two, if that occurs, she will be the most powerful entity on this planet and possibly in this system.
Mm-hmm.
Three, if that occurs, this planet will be reduced to glass to contain her.
Mm-hmm.
Four, she has already expressed an explicit desire to destroy or remove anything that stands between her and her brother.
Mm-hmm.
With that information in mind, do tread carefully so that you don't start the apocalypse with your death. And also, should you survive the encounter, please follow her at a distance. The objective on my end is to let her see her brother. And if she's going to kill him, she's going to kill him in a room by herself. And after that, we are going to do our best to knock her out and get her to a place where her powers can be dampened and reduced so we can try to deprogram whatever chaos has been placed into her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Understand this, because if you fail, you will die by her hand.
Saris, It disturbs me how much on the same page we are right now.
Oh, certainly. As I said, I'm giving you as much information as I possibly can, so that you have the best chance of not dying. If she throws you against a wall and your neck doesn't snap, act like it did.
I believe me, I know how to play dead, which I think is delightful because I feel like this is a one-on-one box. So like,
Oh yeah, exactly.
You're
exactly.
just hearing my parts of the conversation.
Right.
Oh, it's splendid how much they are getting along. This is fantastic. It's nice to have command all on the same page. For
And you hear, I know how to play dead.
I know how to play that. Yeah, all right.
I'm a little concerned about this conversation.
All right, that was slightly
Yes.
disturbing.
Now I've got to. But yes, I am now going to go have a conversation with her brother about how he may die, and we'll go from there.
Have fun with that. Also, I feel like you may already be considering this, but I need to put it out there just so it's aware between us. There is the distinct possibility that if she lashes out and kills her brother and then realizes what she's done, that's what pushes her over the edge.
Oh, absolutely.
So we need to try to prevent that as much as possible.
Yes.
Okay, we are on the same page. I am not comfortable with this fact.
Yes. She is the most powerful psyker in the system at the moment.
Great.
Operate with that knowledge.
Have a wonderful day. Click. I look at you guys. It's fine. The plan is still the same. Weirdly, Saris and I kind of agree on this, and we understand the stakes. The play dead is just if like she throws us against a wall. Like if she gets hostile and we survive the first wave, we play dead. I think we would know that anyways.
All right.
Aristarchus,
Yes, Miss Blair.
if she takes me down,
Yeah.
go. Do not check on me. Do not try to get me up. Go.
Can I have Blair make a persuasion roll?
Yeah.
Damn.
In the glory.
All right.
Hey, we got a glory. Not useful. on my way to meet with Jordan, I record a Vox message and set it to send itself 24 hours from now. Actually, 12 hours from now.
Amazing.
That recording is to Inquisitor Eckhart, and it says "Exterminatus." That's all it says.
It'd
If
be
I
funny if
don't-
it just said, "My bad."
So that if I die in 12 hours, it will no longer be a problem.
Fair enough.
Legit.
You
I still,
I do love the idea of Saris dies, but the situation otherwise resolves itself, and then just 12 hours later, the planet
is
gets
turned to glass.
also that. I just really like the idea of like, oop, oopsie.
Trot. Hiking through the Undercity, heading towards Mortis Veritas territory.
Well, yeah, because at least for Saris, if for her at the moment, the most likely thing that will kill her is a situation that requires an exterminatus. So, just setting that up.
Just in case.
We're setting the automatic dead man switch just in case.
Just in case.
Amazing.
If everything resolves itself well, I'll turn it off.
Nothing can possibly go bad from here.
But
So where does the camera go now?
So now the camera follows our group of 3
Okay.
Cool.
as they make their way into Mortis Veritas territory. You know when you cross the boundary.
Yeah, they're gonna know exactly where we are.
No, you know when you cross the boundary.
Oh, okay.
That was a sentence.
Okay.
You know when you cross the boundary because everything stops. Like all the activity that was in the streets that you've been passing by, all the people that you had been seeing, it goes from a busy section of the Underhive to suddenly you realize that you haven't seen anyone for 3 blocks.
Yep. It's fine.
Is this normal?
This is absolutely normal for here.
All right.
And
Miss
you keep
Blair,
walking.
is this normal?
Is this normal?
Not in any part of the Underhive you've been to.
No, not at all.
It's normal
Remy?
for Mortis Veritas territory.
Oh, that's what I was asking, Miss Blair. Is this normal for Mortis Veritas?
Oh, I think so.
All right. Remy's sarcastic a lot, so I was just wanting to.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a fair point.
All
Can't
right.
disagree.
You have zero doubt that you are being surveilled the entire
Right.
time you are in here, but you make zero perception of anything that is doing the surveilling the entire time that you are here.
Fine.
And at some point, you come to the street that your designated location that you're looking for is at. And as you sort of approach the hideout that you're looking for, you realize that the door to said hideout is glowing red and then white.
Back
Oh,
up.
we should back up a wee bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I just calmly step to the side from the shrapnel area.
Oh, Blair
is a-
grabs Aristarchus, pulls
there
him
is
behind
a-
him.
Hey!
In the air as the wall begins to buckle and bend outward. And then in a burst of superheated metal, the door and several chunks of the wall it was part of burst outward as a molten hot beam of psychic energy punches through the door. The edges of the plasma seared frame sort of curl outwards and sort of liquefy as a sparking, lightning arced individual dressed in broken chains, manacles that have been shattered and saw like links of melting chain trailing behind her. The not quite hovering, not quite walking on 2 feet, black hair and glowing purple eyes of Janaea Tandris steps out of the ruins of this door.
You hear over Blair's shoulder, you hear a faint click as Aristarchus stops the video recording that he had been making on his data slate. We'll analyze that later. Remy, go ahead.
Remy is internally freaking out as much as he is
There with himself, folks.
standing just outwardly, perfectly calm. Hi, Janae, remember me?
Her eyes, like those of a predator, just lock onto you as soon as you start speaking. And her head tilts for a second. I do remember you. You're still alive.
I am.
Good.
You're looking-
here.
Mm-hmm.
That means you know where my brother is.
I do. we want to take you to him.
Good. You're going to take me to him.
That's why we came.
That exactly.
I'm Blair,
From Remy.
Aristarchus.
Hello. We are not hostile.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He is correct.
Need 8 dice.
Oh my gosh.
I apologize, everyone.
Look, I roll 9.
Hey, you're
dice
the
for
one
a
that needs to
psychic
be prepared
test,
for
it's fine.
Changeling next
Oh no,
week,
this was just her
so-
willpower. Good. You guys are very lucky that my physical dice roll like I roll.
So
As
we are.
she looks at the group of you, and you can see the psychic energy around her that is a whirlwind untamed. Freeze, sharpen, and retract as her hair lays down on her back, the chains that are whipping around her slacken, and she seems to stop semi-hovering for a second.
What are the chains on her looking like?
So the majority of the length of the chain that was attached to her, that it was attached to the wall, is still there, except about halfway along the length of it, it appears to have been melted and shattered. So there's like several like massive, like huge fucking iron chain links, like the kind of things that you pull trailers with.
Right.
But they reach for about 6 feet behind her in a trail, and then just molten slag and shattered chain links. They are attached to the 2 manacles on her arms and the 2 manacles on her legs.
I could see about getting those chains off you if you like.
Janae, I know that where you are right now, you probably have a lot going on up here. And being capable of what you're capable of. If it's okay with you, I'd like to kind of talk to you for a minute so that hopefully you can be aware of everything that you need to be aware of before you go talk to your brother. I don't want you to do anything that's going to hurt you, him, or anyone else. Is that all right?
Roll me persuasion.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, that was Blair's persuasion.
That was Blair's persuasion.
You're still on the inline.
I am.
Take that off inline and roll it, because you're going to want to use your wrath if it rolled like that. Better.
Ooh.
I am actually going to wrath that to see if I can success out.
You can't re-roll the wrath die on a complication.
Okay, never mind then.
You can get more successes out of it, though.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't want to make the complication go away.
Yeah.
But more successes might be better if with the complication being there. Or I just roll 2 2s.
Yeah. So with 5 successes, congratulations, you hit your target number exactly.
Perfect.
But there is a complication there. Which I'm going to say, have her roll Psyniscience.
Of course.
Fantastic.
Now, her combined psychic mastery willpower roll is 14 dice.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, that's almost as many as Aristarchus has for medicine. No, he doesn't have quite that many.
That's fine. I kind of expected this to happen, and so did Demi. So I'm gonna try to use this depending on how it goes.
Well, Sinisians doesn't tell you that there's a psyker nearby. Just if someone is utilizing psychic powers,
Yes. It reads active psychic powers.
not psychers.
Okay.
But the complication, I'm going to say, is that
Is
you
that
are
I
giving off a
used
psychic
this
signature right now.
fair. It's fine. Like I said, Remy considered this a distinct possibility, and it's already ready to use this if need be.
And so
With
as you
14 dice, how many successes did you get?
9.
Okay.
Actually,
cannot
no,
wait to
counting
hear
the
what-
exalted icons, 13.
Dope.
So as you sort of as you say this,
Uh-huh.
her eyes are watching you, but they're also looking over your shoulder as if watching for something. And you see them sort of flash like a little brighter than their natural purple. And she your signature in the warp is calmer than the voices. You're not trying to use your power to manipulate, whispering your secrets into our soul.
Oh,
So-
actually, well, that is an option. We're pretty
There's
sure it just has
Circus,
hepatitis.
shut up.
Sorry.
Let Remy talk to her.
You're untrained, but
Hmm.
you have you have some of my brother's gift.
Yeah, I'm not sure about all of that. I'm taking your word for it at this point. I believe you. It explains. I'm
We'll
kind of
talk
in
while
your
we will-
situation.
We'll talk while we walk.
Great. Shall we walk?
Yes.
See,
she
we've got
starts-
her
she's-
walking. That's
That's
already
fine.
improvement because that's time to calm down.
Yeah. Or time to rile her up again by telling her the Inquisition is hunting for her.
I'm not telling her that part.
No.
Miss Blair,
Yes.
where is the least threatening place for me to walk?
Just stay behind me, okay?
All right.
And stay close to me, please.
She
All right.
starts walking, and
Stay
there's
walking
the
with 2 feet.
constant of the chain sliding on the steel behind her as she walks.
Zoom was cutting that out, but I assume it was the sound of chains.
Right.
Yeah, there's the constant sound of metal sliding on metal as she walks, as the chains slide behind her.
One thing really quick, and I'm going to turn to Blair and Aristarchus. I'm going to hope, but I'm just going to, I don't know how certain people don't need to know about what's going to be discussed on this walk.
I understand.
Thank you.
Oh, no, that's right. That's all right. Remember, I'm the secret keeper for the group.
Yes, you are, and I appreciate that fact.
And you are excellent at it.
You
Thank you, Miss
really are.
Blair.
I like to imagine that as you say, I know this isn't what actually is happening, but it's just as he's saying that, Remy is just there's just like third hand texting Saris. Remy is a psychic.
Or even better, at this particular moment, Laurel's like really nervous. Is like, I need to see what's happening right now.
Hey, John, you remember Bloody Roar Primal Fury, right?
Absolutely, yes.
You remember Uranus?
Yeah.
That's sort of the aesthetic that's going on here right now as
yep,
she's
yep.
walking.
Yep.
So yeah,
yes, Ma'am Tandris, we're very trustworthy, and if you have any secrets, I'm very good at keeping them.
Janaea sort of looks at you, and you feel this weird sensation in your head as psychic powers sort of probe around you. That's true. And she just says nothing else and continues walking.
Aristarchus will lean towards Blair. Extra information is very reassuring in emotionally volatile situations, so I'm doing my best. Let me know if there's anything else I should do.
You're doing very well.
All right.
so you've been through a lot lately, I would imagine. Fair to say?
Things have been proceeding lately.
So, look, what? Sorry, I'm brain farting. Tell me a bit about how well you get along with Tycho, because he doesn't seem to be the nicest of people. Why are you still with him, other than you don't have the option to leave, which I think you do?
Where would I go? I exist on a world that is forgotten I even ever was born. And the only person who has ever seen me as more than a witch burned or killed is the man that I am now walking away from to find the only person who has ever truly understood who I am.
It's funny, this fucked up system we call a society, or here and elsewhere, it makes you feel like you don't have options. I can kind of sympathize with that. Not the same way. I didn't grow up like you by any stretch of the imagination. But what was stopping you? Example, and it's just one of many, but what was stopping you from walking away, getting on a ship, taking a ship, from a bunch of people, throwing them out of the ship and taking it over and leaving and finding a new world somewhere where they don't know you, somewhere where you can be away from Tycho and his tear down everything plan and your family, and everything else.
The voices told me to do that a couple of times. They told me they could help me do it. But I learned a long time ago not to listen to the voices when they offer things.
You should not listen to the voices. That is absolutely fair. My point is, there were things you had options, but we trick ourselves into thinking we don't. And other people trick us into thinking that. I think Tycho tricked you into thinking that. Because he couldn't hold you if you didn't want to be held. And he knew that. But he needs his tool. So he made you think that you were cut off from everybody and that no one would ever accept you. Is that kind of fair to say?
Was he wrong?
I mean, I know this comes from, I know that this is coming from somebody who you imagine probably has a vested interest in his point of view right now. But yeah, he was. Because there are people, I'm not saying there are even a lot of people, but there are people out there who legitimately would just want to help you out because they don't like seeing people being manipulated like Tycho did from the beginning, from well before you were underneath his control. And put in a box until he's ready to whip you out to destroy society. And to be clear, wherever you go, whatever you do after this, I'm not saying I want you to go hug your father or do whatever. I just don't like the ideas that you're under anybody's control. I don't like anybody being under anybody's control.
We're all under someone's control, whether we know it or not.
Oh, we are. But you fight for as much freedom as you can get, and you can get a lot more freedom than you've had being stuck in that room in chains that are, let's be honest, there because they prove a point.
These are here because I wore them willingly.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on how this goes, I may go back to wearing them willingly.
And you know what? If that's what you want to do after this whole thing, I cannot stop you. I mean that literally. I can't stop you. Blair can't stop you. Aristarchus can't stop you.
Well, I mean, not here.
Aristarchus.
You can't.
Never mind.
The people who are going to be who are going to be where your brother are will not be able to stop you.
Who's going to be there? And you see that there's sort of like a slight edge in her voice at that.
They are friends of ours. They're just trying to help. That's all.
I'm gonna be honest, friends is a little bit of a
Okay, well, they're friends of mine,
vague
Remy.
word.
You can
Yes.
choose whoever you want.
The point is, they're people who don't want to see everybody down here end up there, get hurt because Tycho's going to use you as a weapon.
Sure, I go ahead and ask who's going to be there, so we've got
No.
like an actual confirmation.
But thank you, Aristarchus.
I don't know that you're going to like them. It's fine. I don't like them much either. But their intentions are good.
We did go ahead and make sure that they knew that it was not to be a hostile environment. So there shouldn't be any hostile people there. No hostiles.
Correct.
We're very anti-hostile in this group.
Correct.
My brother.
Yep.
How
Oh,
is
he's
he?
going to be there.
He's well. But he misses you.
Why didn't he come find me?
I'm looking through my notes to remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to
that.
remember.
I believe he didn't know.
Well, also, he's been
Off planet.
off planet on Terra and serving with the military for the past
he didn't
many
know.
years.
He was completely unaware.
He
If
seemed
he
rather
knew,
broke up about it at dinner.
if he knew, he would have come.
And when he got back here, he didn't know where you were.
That's what we've been trying to do, is find you.
Yeah, he wanted us to help.
But to find you, we have to find you, not to find a point on it, at a point that you were around and Tycho wasn't. I think you can understand why. And if not, because if you reunite with your brother and it goes well, Tycho doesn't get what he wants. And so your brother is someone Tycho will view as a threat and want to eliminate.
Not sure I believe any of this is real. And if it's not, there's a dark expression on her face, but she doesn't elaborate.
Look, if it's not, I'm a lot of things. Stupid, I have never associated with myself. And coming to you, coming to you with a story that can very quickly be disproven in a matter of Aristarchus, what's our ETA?
We are spits out
Yeah.
number.
That
and as
amount
far
of
as
time,
reality is concerned, if you're interested in metaphysics and epistemology, I've got a couple thought
Aristarchus.
experiments that might. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, not the time.
you're very helpful though. Something that's that quick can be disproven. Like, what would be my end game here?
Actually, I've got a couple of theories. If we're trying to find.
Aristarchus.
Sorry.
It's fucking amazing. So yeah. All I'm asking is when you get there, just take some time and listen.
So I will listen to my brother.
Good enough for me.
And me. Yes, you may speak, Aristarchus.
I think honestly, we've got a decent chance, better than not, that at some point you and your brother can have a normal sibling relationship again without anybody thinking anybody's dead who's not dead.
She sort of nods. And the ghost of a smile, the first bit of expression that you've seen on her face since this encounter, appears for about a half second and then is gone again.
Also, if you to do establish another good relationship, my family has dinner on Friday nights, and we'd be very honored to have either or both of you attend if you'd be so inclined.
She doesn't even respond to that. You're pretty certain she's thinking about her brother right now.
That's fair. The
Let me
important
just
thing
go-
is that
just-
the invitation was extended.
Yep. Let me just sort of extend his hands like, this is just the way he is. I can't do anything about it.
Laurel just put a hand on Aristarchus' shoulder. Not like to stop him or anything, just
Yeah.
more caring.
Look, this is already like 10 times more successful than I thought it was going to go.
Right?
so-
Yeah.
We are all breathing and we've
Now
all gotten
now-
to speak.
Now I'm at my end going, well,
Like,
How do
best
we-
case
how
scenario,
do we wrap
I
this up
expect
now?
best case scenario, I was like, all right, we are gonna get our asses kicked, but survive, and maybe we soothe her just enough that she doesn't just blow up the whole planet.
Like,
So,
So
this
it's
is
at that point
yeah.
question. Where are we going?
I mean, I'm gonna give the location.
And you tell her that. And you
That's
see,
where I was told to go. We were
see her
going.
eyes, you see her eyes light up, not in the psychic fashion, but in the traditional fashion. As
Okay.
she realizes she knows that location. Concert. Oh.
Remy's like ready for psychic or not.
Very like
Shows-
tensing.
Yeah, there's just a held breath.
And her stride picks up. And she goes from walking to running because she knows where she's going now.
Okay, we're doing this now. Okay.
And the chains that look like they should be holding down an Ogren feel like they're not even slowing her stride a second as she begins to run the remaining distance to the place where she's going to meet her brother.
Saris, come in. Saris, come in.
Yeah.
Saris, are you
get a
there?
call.
I assume that right now I'm like in the room with him, talking to him. Yes.
Yes.
So, good news.
You're alive.
We're alive. She seems moderately calm and potentially open to this whole thing. You can thank me fucking and Blair and Aristarchus fuck well, me and Blair fucking profusely later. She is running her way to you right now. So when she runs in there, it's not necessarily hostile. She's not running in with murder on her mind.
Good to know.
And I'm gonna do a very quick relay of like the anti-Tycho and pro-brother points that I raised.
Yeah.
The attempt to deprogram that I did of all of like 15 minutes for.
Have you ever tried to speed run somebody out of a cult?
Right? Piece of cake.
Once or twice.
And as the chains rattling behind her, Janaea Tandris sprints towards a reunion with her brother. That is where we'll end for the week.
I thought you were going to say that's where the sniper shot rings out.
Oh.
God damn it,
Get off the phone with Remy and just on another Vox, take the shot.
I mean, that feels like it would be the most 40k thing, though, to be fair.
It absolutely would be.
It would be the most 40k thing. It wouldn't be the most Saris thing. If I was playing a different character,
Right.
definitely.
Legit.
All right.
Aristarchus got a one success
say-
on his athletics check to try and keep up.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.